Hi, my name is Laura and I'm a research conservation specialist here at Assiniboine Park Zoo.
My name's Amber. I'm a geneticist here at the zoo.
My name is Ashley Westfall. I'm the current conservation intern here at the zoo.
Hi, I'm CJ Brighter and I'm a research conservation specialist at Assiniboine Park Zoo.
Our team particularly works on research that helps us understand the animals that live here in our care and research that helps us protect animals in the wild. Some of the most exciting conservation research that I'm working on right now has to do with a tiny endangered butterfly, the Powashiek skipperling. We actually rear this butterfly here at the zoo and release it back into the wild in southern Manitoba every summer. Some of the really interesting research I'm doing right now related to that project is population modeling. So every summer I get to go out into the field and count butterflies and then come back to the zoo and crunch numbers on the computer to try and figure out if the Powashiek we're releasing are actually making a difference in that wild population. Can we see the population going up from the releases that we're doing?
Conservation and research go hand in hand, and research is really the foundation for more informed and effective conservation action. Right now I'm working on putting together a genome map for the Powashiek skipperling. It'll help us better understand the remaining genetic diversity in the population. Essentially, with genomics, we're dealing with lots of data. And in order to sort of better understand the differences between individuals, you need sort of a reference to be able to compare them to. And the way that we receive genomic information is sort of in these bite-sized pieces. And so this genome map gives us a reference to compare individuals and find where they're different and where they're the same, and help us better understand their genetic diversity. It's difficult to help species in the wild when we don't know what land they're using or how they're moving about the land or what they're eating. So genetics is really cool in that it can answer a lot of different questions. It opens up a lot of avenues of research. It's really special that we have a genetics lab here.
So one of the really cool projects that I'm working on right now is actually looking at hair growth in polar bears. So there's a lot that we can learn about polar bears just from taking their hair. And we do this in the wild. Lots of researchers will take their hair and it reflects what that bear is actually experiencing in the wild. So we can tell what they've been eating, we could tell if they've been stressed or how their hormones are reacting. But the question is, we don't really know how long it takes for that hair to grow in the first place. So it's really important for us at the zoo to partake in a study like this where we can actually take repetitive samples from the same bear and learn about that hair growth process. We have animals that are in our care here that we can learn a lot from, but we're really hoping to actually use that information to help wild animals. And so by learning this information about hair growth, we can actually bring that into the field and work with other land managers or people who are working with polar bears out in the wild to provide them that information that they might not otherwise know.
What's really cool about what we do here is we can take a lot of the things that we find and the things that we see and then apply it out into the real world and get to see that make a difference. So a lot of my role has been supporting the researchers here at the zoo. So I've been pretty heavily involved in our citizen science Beluga Bits project. And so what essentially we've been doing is over the past few years, we've been collecting underwater photos of beluga in Hudson's Bay. And so these are all uploaded to a platform called Zooniverse, where we ask people from around the world to volunteer to help answer questions about the different photos for us. For me personally, working with this organization on the projects I've been working on, with the people I've been working with, has been a pretty incredible experience. I think not a lot of people get to work with the species we work with and see the positive difference we see. So for instance, with Powashiek, working with this endangered species within a very endangered ecosystem and trying to make a positive difference is a pretty incredible, pretty meaningful experience.